Daniel here for Tabletop for Tuesdays. Please join us at the table as we play through Dice Manor. And I thank you for joining me on Tabletop for Tuesdays with this two-player playthrough of Dice Manor. Now I've gone ahead and set it up for the two-player mode. I've got the two colors here. I will be playing the orange and Travis will be playing the green. And we populated the board here with the tiles of the different symbols. You'll see the symbols here on the front, the key there, or also on the back. We'll line up with the same symbol on this board here. We've got the scoreboard ready to go. And then I've got my entrance tile here, as well as 2 inspiration tokens, the first player marker, and Travis's stuff is off to the side, as I will show you his final room layout during the Grand Manor Tour on round 5. And so as we play this game, there's going to be the dice phase, the bidding phase. And what happens is that you roll all your dice, you arrange them by number, and then you pick a number to use. So in this case here, I've got a couple 3s. So I could use the 3s right here on the board to either go to the space that shows a 3 on the board, or to bid for advertising, or to go and do a tour in my manor here. And so when I bid for a tile, all you do is you just place the dice there. If you bid for advertising, the same thing. And if you place in a manor, you got to add the dice to the rooms, and the dice have to match up with the number on the room. So let's say I had this tile here in my manor, and the question mark here, of course, is a wild, but this one here will take a 3 or a 6. So with my 2 3s here, I could go 1 2. Now, going to make tours in your manor, do various things. So if you just place 1 die this round in your manor, you're going to gain an additional inspiration token. If you place 2 dice in the manor, you're going to gain 2 points. If you place 3 dice in your manor on 1 turn, you'll gain 5 points. And if you place 4 dice, you'll gain 9 points. And then anything beyond 4 dice, every dice after that is going to be worth 2 points each. So 5 is for 11 points, and 6 is for 13, and so on. So those are options you have for your manor. Now, when you bid for advertising, and if you win, you get what is labeled underneath here. And in this case, for first place, you're going to be able to move this house here 2 spaces. So 1, 2, and you'll get the points underneath both those spaces. So I'd get 6 points total. And then, depending on how many dice you bid, you get to move your bonus die that many spaces towards your house. So I bid 2 dice here. That would move it 2 spaces that way. At any point when the house and your bonus die occupy the same place, you'll gain that bonus die and be able to use it for future rounds. And whenever you're bidding for tiles, you place your dice there. And if the other player ever wants to bid for the same tile, they've got to beat the number of dice you've placed there. So if Travis comes along here and places 2 dice there, he has not yet beat this bid of mine. And then let's say he comes back later on another turn and he places another 3 there. Now he is taking the winning bid with 3 dice. And now if I want to beat him, I actually have to have 4 dice of the same number. And so that's how you bid for spaces. Now, one thing to note, when you have multiple dice of the same value, let's say I rolled 4 3s here, you're able to split them across the board. So I could place 1 in my manor here, and then I could place 2 in the advertising space, and 1 bidding for this tile. So you have to place all of those, and you can't choose to not place them if you take that many dice onto the board. So let's say in the case of the 4 here, you actually only wanted to bid on this tile, you would have to place all 4 of them in that spot. So you got to choose wisely when you're choosing your numbers to use that turn. And then after you're done with your turn, the next person's going to go. And so it'd be Travis's turn. He'll roll his dice, choose a number, and bid. And then they come back to my turn. Let's say I had bid the 2 3s there before. Now I have 5 dice and I re-roll them now. And this is what I use for my next turn. And after all bidding is done, then we move on to the collection phase where we collect our tiles, collect our advertising bonuses, and then we're going to place the rooms, reset the board, and advance the round. And it's going to last 4 rounds. And then we'll go to a final grand tour, which I will explain during that time. Do also note that if any time you bid on the advertising space with a number, in order to add to that bid, it has to be the same number. But any number can go here. Whereas, of course, certain rooms and bidding for these tiles has to match the numbers on the board. All right, so then we're ready for the first turn, and I'm going to go ahead and go. I've got a bunch of 5s, a 6, and a 4, and a couple 2s. So I'm going to go ahead and use my 5s. I'm going to bid 2 in the advertising space and 1 in that space there. And now it's going to be Travis's turn. Travis has a variety of numbers here. And so Travis is going to try and take the lead on this space here, outbidding me. Now it's my turn. I got a 1, 2, 3, 5. Now I could add the 5 to that spot if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to bid for another tile. I actually want this one too, or the 6th one. And so this is where the inspiration tokens come in. So your inspiration tokens on one side show a plus or a minus, and on the other side show a reroll. So if I spend one of the reroll side, you can choose either side, I can reroll as many of these dice as I want. If I use the other side, then I'm adjusting a die by 1. So I could actually turn the 1 into a 6, or this 5 into a 6, or the 5 into a 4, depending on which tile I wanted to go for. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn this 5 into a 4 by spending the token, and I'll place the 4 there. Now note, you have to adjust your dice before you choose a number. You can't have the 2 3s here, right? And choose to use these, put 1 here, and then decide to modify this to a 2 and place it here. That cannot happen. You must modify your dice first, and then choose a number, and then bid. Alright, it's Travis's turn. He's got a couple 3s, and a 2, 5, 6. So as you're choosing for the different tiles, you really want to keep in mind of having tiles that are very useful and variable. So the wild big tile there lets you put any number in its place, and that's really good. You also want to match up tiles that are going to pair up with same numbers. So like having 2 6s or 2 3s or 2 5s here. And so you definitely want to keep that in mind. And Travis, keeping that in mind, is going to go ahead and put the 6 in the wild spot. Now it's my turn. I got a 6, 5, 2. And so I want to outbid Travis for this tile here because I want it to match up with my 6 here. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust the die, the 6 into a 5. And add it here. Now I have the winning bid. And Travis has the losing bid. And then Travis's turn. Got a 1, 4, 2, 5. So Travis is going to go for this number 2 tile here. And then my turn. Got a 1. Since I'm already winning a 3 there, I'm going to go ahead and try and win a 3 here. Now it's his turn. Now note, he has 3 dice left because I've been spending more dice per turn than he has. So at this point, since I have no dice left, Travis can just keep rolling and bidding until he's out of dice. So we got 1, 4, 3. So he definitely wants that 3. 5 and a 6. Well, he wants to bid for some advertising. He doesn't want to lose out on that. And this last one here, he doesn't really need to place it anywhere. So he's going to place it in his manor. And placing 1 die in your manor in a turn is going to award an inspiration token, which will go in his reserve. Alright, so I want to take a moment here before we go into the collection phase and talk about why are we getting all these different rooms. So you're going to take all the rooms that you've earned and place them in your manor and try and situate them in a way that's going to help you with the grand opening tour at the end of the game. Also, you're going to take in mind that you want to get different room types, so one of each of the 6 room types. Try to have the largest manor maybe, or have color majorities to gain a lot of end game points. And so now we're at the collection phase. And so first off, I won this one here easily, as well as this one. And then I won this one here, but Travis did bid on it, so he's going to get a consolation prize of 1 inspiration token. Now Travis won all 3 of these. And now we deal with the advertising. So once again, I won first and I bid 2 dice. So I moved my house twice for the award for first place, gaining me 6 points. And then I moved my bonus die 2 spaces due to the 2 dice that I bid. And you don't gain any points for moving the die down. And then Travis gets to move his house 1 space, gaining 3 points. And the bonus die 1 space. And now at this point, each of the players are going to spend time arranging their rooms. Once you place them though, that is where they're going to be. And so for me here, I definitely want to arrange it so my 3s are together, my 6s are together, and that sort of thing. So I'm going to first place my 3/6 room right here. Now note that you have to match up the doorways here, alright? And this doorway here is the entrance to the manor and you can never cover it up. Also, when you match up other tiles, you can't have a situation where a doorway hits a wall, like right where my thumb is there. If that's the case, that's an illegal placement, so you're going to have to choose a different position. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this one here, and then I'm going to set my other 3 here. And the reason why I'm doing that is if I want to do a tour later and I roll 3 3s, I could put 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. When you're placing dice in your manor, you have to follow a linear path. You first have to start at your entrance and then go to a connected room, and then from there to another connected room, and so on. That's per turn. When you do future turns in that same round, where you already have dice placed in your entrance and whatnot, you can start from any room that's connected to a previous room that has a die in it. And you'll see that as I play. And so for this one here, I'm going to go ahead and place it right here. Now I have a variety of options here. I could go 3 3 3. I could go 6 6 6. Or just 6 6 and then a 2 later. But I have some options here. And then hopefully I'll add on to here and put some more 2s over here. Maybe some more 6s here. Or connect it some other way. Now, when Travis won a special tile, he won this rainbow tile here. And what the rainbow tile does is affords the option for a player to have better majority of a color. So if he were to situate this tile this way, where it is connected to the blue room and connected to the yellow room, this tile here would now count as both a blue and a yellow when it comes to the endgame scoring. So when you're totaling up how many rooms of each color, he would have already 2 blue and 2 yellow to count towards that. So Travis is really liking the fact that he got this rainbow room here. And so like I said, I set up Travis's rooms on the other off camera. I will show you his rooms at the end when we do the grand opening tour. And so now I'm going to go ahead and reset the board. First thing we want to do is transfer the first player marker over to Travis. Then we're going to move the round marker down, and then we're going to repopulate the tiles. And you just take the top tile from each of the stacks and put it in place. All right, so now it has all been set up again, and we're ready to go. And you always want to take a glance at the board and see what are my options? What do I want from this bid this time? And for my manor, I'm definitely looking at this one here is another number 6. There's also another 3 here and the wild room. So I think I'm going to go for those. Travis, on the other hand, might go for some of the 5s in the wild room because he already has 2 5s in his manor. So Travis is going to go first. And he's going to roll. He's got 3 1s, 2 4s, and 3 and a 2. And so he's definitely looking at this one here. He wants that 5. So he's going to use his 1s here. He's got 3 1s. So he's going to place 1 here. And then place 2 in advertising. And then my turn here. And so I got a couple 3s, a couple 4s, 1, 5, and 6. Definitely looking at this room. Also looking at that one. I think I'm going to go ahead and bid 2 4s in for that room. Travis's turn. 1, 2, 4, 5. Now he could take the 1 and add it to his bids here if he wanted to. But what he wants to do is he's going to take one of his inspiration tokens, the plus minus side, and adjust this 4 into a 5. And he's going to place both of these in his manor. So placing 2 dice will net him 2 points. And so now he's at 5 points. And the reference for bonuses for dice placement in a manor are here on the player aids. So he placed 2, gaining 2 points. All right, now it's my turn. We got 1, 1, 4, 4, 5. And I think I'll go ahead and place the 2 1s here. I'm going to try and outbid Travis on the advertising. His turn to roll. He's got a 3 and a 2. Definitely wants to use that 3 to go for this tile here. My roll. 1, 2, 6. Well, I'm going to go for the wild. Travis's roll. And it's a 5. And he's going to go ahead and go for that tile. My roll. We got a 2 and a 4. I'm going to place that 4 in my manor, gaining 1 inspiration token. And then 1 die. Another 4. So I can't place this 4 in my manor right now because the next room is a 3/6. Now I could adjust the die with an inspiration token and place it there. And that would just give me another inspiration token back, so it doesn't really help. I could adjust the die to bid for something else, but he's already got 1 die in the 3 and the 5. And even if I bid 1 die in those spots, he'll win. So really, it doesn't matter what I do at this point. I'm just going to place it here. And now we're at the end of the bidding phase for the second round. So Travis won 3 tiles. I won 2. And then for advertising, Travis went ahead and won first place, moving his house 2, gaining 7 points. And then moving his bonus die 2. And I gained 1 on my house, moving it and gaining 4 points. But now I bid 2 dice, so it's going to move my bonus die right on top of my house, which I will gain it to my pool. If I had any leftover movement in that situation, like if I had bid 3 dice, once I'd gained the bonus die, the other die would finish the movement, so it would have moved 1 space. But that did not happen in this case. And so now I'm going to go ahead and place my rooms. I'm going to place the 5, 6 here. And yes, you can put things upside down, rotate them as needed. And I'll place the wild room here. I'm hoping to connect these rooms later some way or another. Alright, and Travis has placed all his rooms and we are ready to move on. So transferring first player over, moving the round marker, discarding the leftover tile, and repopulating the board. Alright, now it's my turn to go. So I think I want this 2 tile here. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 in advertising and 1 to bid for the tile. Travis's turn. He's going to go ahead and bid for the wild tile and for advertising. My turn. And I'm going to take these 2 5s here and spend them in my manor, placing 1 at the entrance and 1 in this room here connected. That's going to gain me 2 points. Travis's turn. He's going to go ahead and bid for advertising here, pushing me off to second place now that he has more dice in that spot. My turn. I've got a couple 3s here. I'm going to go ahead and add them to my manor. Now at this point, since I've already placed in the entrance here in this room, I have to place adjacent to one of these two rooms here. I can't place back here. Not that I would, because there are no 3s back there. But I'll start here in this room since it's adjacent to this one. Placing one there, and then that 3 there. And that's going to gain me another 2 points. Travis's turn. And he's going to bid for that tile there. My last die roll, it's a 3. And I'll bid for that tile. His roll. And he's going to bid for this one as well. And then his final roll is a 4. Going to try and outbid me there. He's going to spend 1 inspiration token, adjusting this 4 to a 3, and now outbidding me for that spot. And now we go on to the collection phase. So I won only 1 tile this round. I was outbid here, so I will gain an inspiration token. And he gains 3. And now we go on to the advertising. And he won. So he's going to move his house twice. So 1, 2. That's going to gain him 11 points in this bonus die. But he bid 3 dice. And that's going to go 1, 2, 3 right on top of his house. So he gains his second bonus die. And I bid 2 dice here. So I won second place, gaining 5 points. And my bonus die moves 2 spaces that way. We're going to discard these. Move the round down. Transfer over first player. I do have to place my tile here, and we're going to just add it to that room. And now we're going to repopulate the board. All right, Travis is going to go. Travis is going to take 1 inspiration token, adjusting his 6 into a 5. He's going to spend all 3 of these 5s here on his manor. That's going to net him 5 points. My roll. I'm going to spend 1 2 there and 2 2s there. Travis's roll. And Travis is just going to go ahead and straight up outbid me in this space. My roll. I have 2 2s and a 1 there. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 inspiration token. Changing this 1 into a 2. Definitely want to take top bid here. Really like that tile. It's going to fit well right here. Travis's turn. He's going to bid on this tile. My turn. I'm going to place this 3 in my manor, gaining an inspiration token. Travis's turn. 1 and a 4. He'll spend that there. My final die of the turn is a 2. I'll place that in my manor there, gaining another inspiration token. I'm saving these for the final grand tour. Travis's last roll is a 1. He too will place his in the manor, gaining 1 inspiration token. Alright, now we're moving on to collecting. So I will gain this 1 tile here. Travis will gain an inspiration token for losing that bid. He won 2 tiles. And then for advertising, I'm the only one who went here. So I'm going to get to move my house twice, gaining a total of 11 points and my die. I'll go ahead and place this 6 right here. And Travis will place his tiles. Alright, and we're going to discard these here. And now we're ready to move on to the grand tour. I'm going to reset the board here, and then we'll do the grand tour. Alright, so now we're ready for the grand tour. So this is Travis's manor over here that you haven't seen yet. And this is my humble little manor here. And so what we're doing is every player would simultaneously roll their dice, fill up their rooms as best as they can, following normal rules with the manor. So you'll gain bonuses each turn for however many dice you put down. And then at the end, however many dice you have in there, you're going to get 3 points each for them. And so I'm going to do both of these separately. So we'll start with Travis. You're going to roll. And as a reminder, he's got to start from the entrance here. So he's got a bunch of 5s around him. But he's got a bunch of tokens here. So what he's going to do is he's going to spend 2 of these tokens to turn the 2 4s into fives. Now he's got 4 fives here. And he's going to place one at the entrance, one here, and one here. And so by placing 4 dice in one turn, he's going to get 9 points. Then he's going to take his remaining dice and roll them. He's got 2 more fives here. And so he can place here and here, and that's what he's going to do. That's going to grant him 2 points. Once again, we're following the bonuses here on the player aid to determine how many points you get for each roll. To determine how many points you get for each placement. Alright, he's going to roll again. He's got 2 6s and a 3. He's going to take the inspiration token, re-roll that 3, hopefully getting a 6. And he gets a 5. So he'll place these 2 6s here, gaining 2 points. And he's going to roll the last one here. And it's a 1. So he'll be able to place in this room here or this room. Either way, gets him an inspiration token. Now that's not going to matter to him at the end because you need 2 inspiration tokens to gain 1 point in final scoring. But that's how his turn ended up. So for my turn, so I got 3 6s, 2 5s. So I'll spend 2 inspiration tokens to turn those 5s into 6s. Now I have 5 6s. So I'll start here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Note that I'm going through all these doors here. And that's going to net me 11 points. Rolling again. I'm going to change one of these 1s into a 2. And place the 2s here, gaining me 2 points. I'll place the 2 here, gaining me an inspiration token. Rolling the last die, hopefully I get a 3 or something close. I do get a 2, which I can use the inspiration token to turn that 2 into a 3. And now I placed everything. So at this point, we count how many dice have been placed, which are all the dice of each color, so that's 9 dice. Times that by 3, so each of them are going to get 27 points. Alright, so at this point we're going to clear all the dice from the board, leaving the manor intact. And so now we follow endgame scoring. So the first thing we're going to do is look at manor diversity. So we're going to see how many of the different rooms that Travis has. So you just look at the 6 different symbols and see if you have them all or how many of them you do have. So Travis has the 3 different small ones here. The double room here. Of course, the cross-shaped rooms, and then he's got this one here. And so at this point, he's got 6 different kinds, netting him 15 points. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different kinds. I did not get one of the key-shaped icon rooms, so I'm only going to get 9 points. Alright, then we go to largest manor, and I think it's quite obvious that Travis had the largest one, so he's going to get 12 points. And I will get 6. Now one thing to note when counting the largest manor, you never count the entrance tile, and this one does count as 2 rooms. So keep that in mind when you're counting. Alright, so now we go to color majority, and I just go in order here. So first we start off with red. Well, I only have 1 over here, but he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds. That's going to bring him up to 107, because he gets 12 points for that. So now he's got a 100-point token, and I'll gain 6. Then we go on to blue majority. Now I only have 1 blue. It's next to the rainbow room, but it's not connected by a doorway, so the rainbow room doesn't count as a blue. But his does. So he's got 1, 2, and 3 blue rooms. And then once again, he's going to get 12 points. And so now we go into green rooms. Now I have 1 here, but it's connected to a rainbow room, so it counts as 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's got 1, 2, and 3, so I will get 12 points. And he gets 6. I get my 100-point token there. And then we go on the yellow rooms. I have 1, 2, 3, since it's connected there. He's got 1, 2. So I get 12, and he gets 6. And then, of course, if we had 2 inspiration tokens, we would get 1 point each for those, but that is not the case. And so at this point, This is the final score. Travis with 131 against my 121. And so this has been a playthrough of Dice Manor, designed by Garrett Herdter and Arcane Wonders. I did receive a review copy of this game. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any questions about the gameplay, feel free to ask. Toss me a like and subscribe if you like the content you see here. And I thank you very much for watching Tabletop for Tuesdays. Have a great night.